At this point, what we need to do is we need to correct some of the visual imagery that we're looking at. If you notice here on this part, on this side where the letter P is, this base part right here, I've gone back and I've changed the direction of the texture on this particular part. Now if I rotate around to the other side, you can see that change reflected over here on the R on the back side. So we need to fix this. We need to make this look as realistic as possible when we're creating our parts and we're creating our design. So here's how I'm going to fix that. I've already got this part opened up in SolidWorks, so I'm going to come back over here to Window and go to the vertical wall right here. So I brought that up, as you can see. Now again, I've gone and changed it on this side, but now I need to change it actually on that side so it looks correct. The reason you put the time and effort in correcting your textures on your images is that it gives your client a very realistic view of what your product's going to look like. And also, it really shows you know SolidWorks. So here's what we're going to do. Now, if you don't already have your flyout open, click on this arrow right here and it'll open up your flyout. And then what you want to do at that time is select the appearance. Now, when it opens up appearance, it's going to have the whole part over here in the selected geometry. Do a right mouse click and clear selection. So once I've got that selection clear, then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to click on faces. And then I'm going to go grab that particular face here. And as you can tell, it actually changes the projection of the texture, but it's still at a horizontal level. So we're going to go ahead and select the advanced. You probably were set in basic when you did that, but let's go ahead and select the advanced. And we're going to come down here to mapping, and we'll scroll down here as you can see, and we'll change the degree on this to 90 degrees. So as soon as I change 90 degrees and hit tab, you can see that the texture has changed. Also, you can come back here and you can play around with the scale. Now right now this is set to fixed aspect ratio. But you can come in here and you can scroll this up, scroll this down, and you can see how the thickness of that texture changes. And you want to be pretty consistent with what it looks like on this face with that. I'm going to go with that for now because that looks pretty good. And I'm going to accept that. Now be careful to make sure that all of the surfaces got changed to your liking and the others didn't revert back. So in that case, that one looks good, and that one looks good as well. So now at this time, I'm going to go ahead and rebuild my model. And I'm going to save this particular file here. I'm going to go back to my assembly. Alright, now that I've got this texture corrected, let's go back into the assembly and take a look at it. So over here in the assembly, as you can tell now, both of these are going in the correct direction. But now I still have to fix the textures that you see here on this one surface. They should not be going at a 90-degree angle. They should be going at the same running distance as you're seeing here. So we can fix that. So let's go ahead and take care of that. And the way I'll do that is select this part here, and it'll come up and says open part. So we'll open up the part and we're going to take a look at it. And it's the same process with the vertical pieces that you saw over here. But we're going to go ahead and correct that. Again, come out here to our flyout menu that you see right here. Select on this and then click on appearance. And once the appearance shows up, come over here and right mouse click and clear selections. Select faces here and then select that one edge there. And once you selected that, come back up and make sure you're going probably from basic over to advanced. Scroll down here to that and you can start playing around with the mapping itself. And in this case, what I'm going to do is it's set to 90 there. I'm going to set it to 0 and see what happens. Actually, it looks pretty good. I kind of like that. So let's zoom up on there and take a look at it. Yep, I love that a lot. So I'm going to go with that. So I'm going to accept that. And then now, once that's done, I'm going to go in here and individually pick the surfaces that are going to be the most obvious when I do my rendering. So in this case, again, we'll select on appearance. And when it comes up, it's going to show you the whole part. No problem. We'll do a right mouse click, clear selection. And then it says select, and I'm going to click on select the faces. And I'm going to try to select multiple faces at once. So I'll go and grab this guy here. Holding my shift key down, I'm going to grab this one. Holding my shift key down, I'll grab that one as well. Again, we're going to go to mapping. Scroll down here, make sure we're set to advanced like you see up here. And let's put that at 0. We'll hit tab. Looks good to me. So I'm going to go ahead and accept this. And let's move around to the opposite side and see if we have a similar problem. Yeah, we do. So we'll fix that as well. So in this case, again, click on appearance here. Give it time to come up, and it's got the whole part selected here, so we'll clear that selection. Right mouse click, clear selection. we'll grab this face here. Whoops, we're still in the part, made a mistake. Let's clear that out. Okay, make sure we grab the faces here. Select faces. We'll grab this face, holding my shift key down. I'll grab this next one, grab this one, and grab this one as well. Now if you want, you can zoom way up on here and grab that one as well if you want to. It's kind of really not necessary because it's such a small part of the imagery. Go back to mapping, scroll down here, set it to 0 degrees. Hit the tab key. That looks pretty good. So let's go ahead and accept that as well. So now I'm going to hit the F key and zoom out. Fits the image up in here and rotate it around, make sure everything's looking good. You can probably play around with this a little bit, and maybe you ought to. In fact, let's do that as well. Let's go ahead and make it as visually correct as we possibly can. Because again, the grain's going this direction. So we'll click on this as well, go to Appearance, and once that comes up, we'll go right mouse click, Clear Selections, and from here we're going to select the faces again. Scroll up here, we're going to grab, holding my shift, I'll grab this one first, hold my shift key down, grab the second one, third one, fourth one, and I'll just grab that outside face there. Scroll back out, go here to Mapping, make sure you're set to Advanced, rotate that around to 0 degrees, and let's see what we got. Well, it doesn't do too much actually, so let's kind of play around with this. Let's kind of scale some of this up, kind of move this around. Let's see what we got here. It's kind of interesting right there actually. So I'm going to say, I'm going to use this slider here and I'm going to play around with it and see what I come up with. See if it gives me some kind of a different look and feel that I might like. Doesn't really do too much actually. So if it's doing something like this, we actually wanted it at a 90-degree angle. What I'm going to do in this case is I'm just going to exit out of that and leave what I had. So I'm going to go back again and experiment, click on this one, and just try one singular face. So clear that out, go to Face, grab this one, and let's see what happens on that. Sometimes you just kind of got to play with this and kind of see if you can experiment and see what kind of effects you get. Ooh, I do like that. Now that kind of looks interesting. Just going with that one face. Let's go with that, see what happens. Accept that. And that does look more like the standard end grain you would see. Well, let's try that again. We're going to select here, Appearance, and we'll clear that out. We'll get a singular face at this time. We'll get this face here. Okay. We'll go back down here to Mapping tab, and we'll scroll down here a little bit, and we're going to play with that guy as well. Oh yeah, that looks really nice. Let's go with that. Hit that and accept it. Okay, so moving right along, let's do this one here as well. Let's go back to that face, Appearance, and as you can tell, you got to sometimes tune, you know, multiple images, but that's no problem, or multiple surfaces. So we'll go ahead and take care of that. Multiple faces, I meant to say. Click on this one here as well. Again, go to Mapping, scroll down here, drag, take this guy back to about, we'll go about 33%. Accept that again, and let's get this last face here. We'll click on it. We'll go up here, and also when you click on it, you can click on Appearances here as well, but since it's already on the flyout, I'll go ahead and select that, Appearance. Again, Clear Selection, click on Face here, and we'll grab this guy here. Now in this case here, I know it's pretty well going to be 33%, so I'll go to Mapping. So I'll come down here to where it's highlighted blue, key in 33 degrees, and let's see what we get. Yeah, looks pretty good. Accept that. Now let's rebuild our model, save our file. Let's go back into the assembly and see what changes have come into play. Yeah, very nice. That looks pretty good. I'm liking that. Okay, well, let's stop for here, and then we'll come back on the next video and do a rendering.